In with matters education, where the last Kenya certificate of a secondary education examination will be written in 2017 as the new education curriculum takes root in schools. Now, the Ministry of Education, however, urgently requires 3.5 billion shillings to complete the rollout of the new 2663 curriculum that began this month and begin phasing out the current 844 system. Now, this details emerged as Education Cabinet Secretary Amina Mohammed was hard-pressed to explain the back and forth decisions her ministry made last year on implementation of the new curriculum. Now, members of parliament sought to know what had informed the pronouncement by Amina that the national rollout of the competency-based curriculum would be postponed. Only to backtrack on the decision later, Patrick Amimo begins KTN News Center this morning with this report.
2 weeks after the Ministry of Education rolled out the competency-based education curriculum in primary schools, the National Assembly Committee on Education was seeking answers from the ministry on whether it was using pupils in primary schools as guinea pigs.
You are saying that NEC is preparing tools for summative assessments. You see, tools for summative assessment. I believe in my language. You see, NEC is yet to develop those tools for summative assessment. And but here you have implemented, and yet again, you are yet to do this. Are you not cheating Kenyans?
Is a comfort level with the rollout. We'll continue addressing any complaints that that come up, and we'll continue dealing with challenges that arise.
The only confusion that I know arose and still arises is that we were advised that this curriculum should be implemented slowly and gradually. The training of the teachers concentrated on teachers in lower primary and ECD. If we went into a school and met a teacher and asked them, are you prepared for the CBC? Most of them in upper primary will tell you no, because we are going gradually. And like now, when we are moving to grade 4, this year we are going to start training teachers in upper primary. And that statistics and the information you get in the field will change.
We are not doing it to test whether this is working on our children or not. It is whether we can be able to ensure that the objectives that we have put out for ourselves in terms of knowledge and competencies are achieved.
Members wanted to know how prepared the ministry was in ensuring that the 100% transition from primary to secondary schools does not affect the quality of education.
We have so many other schools that, as we are talking now, they have converted their dormitory, the dining halls into a dormitory. I don't know. Maybe that's something that we need to clarify, because if we are doing it at the expense of quality, then to me, I would say I'm a worried person. Also, are all aware that we have inadequate number of teachers in most of our schools. Now, when we are talking about the 100% transition vis-a-vis the inadequate number of teachers, how are we going to achieve quality in?
Because of the expansion that has been mentioned by members and the congestion in our schools, we did say that 25% of capitation that we give to our schools, which translates to 6,000 shillings per child, will be committed to development. We also have recommended to schools that 2,000 shillings of what parents pay as fees in boarding schools will be committed to development of infrastructure and improvement of what is already there.
And it emerged that public universities have not been consulted over the new education curriculum.
The universities don't seem to appear anywhere at this level. And yet we know that the effect will cascade all the way down.
That we are already engaging universities because of their B.Ed programs and the teachers training institutions who will have a focus now of training on CBC.
Universities are expected to lead a process of research in these areas. It didn't take KICD or the ministry to tell TVET to go competency. Universities are supposed to conduct research, understand the trends that are going on across the world in terms of responding to 21st century skills. So that when we talk of involving the universities here, if anything, they are supposed to invite us and drive for us the process through their research and engagement.
Patrick Amimo, KTN News.
Now, in what